I looked at my husband's phone and saw my son's girlfriend write, "I miss what happened in your bedroom." His reply was worse. He trusts both of us. So I stayed silent and started collecting evidence. For almost 4 years, my son had dated her. She ate at our table, celebrated birthdays with us, and stayed at our house when things were difficult at home. I treated her like family. That morning, my husband was sitting at the kitchen counter, closing apps on his phone while complaining about cold coffee. He never noticed me freeze. I wanted to believe I had misunderstood. Then I remembered the piece of women's clothing I had found near our bed a month earlier. It wasn't mine. Instead of confronting him, I waited until he was in the shower and opened his phone. Most older messages were gone, but 3 months remained. They had private jokes, secret calls, and plans for when my children and I would be away. He told her she was mature and special. He complained about my appearance. He mocked me, and sometimes she laughed. Then I found the message that destroyed my denial. She had written that my son seemed suspicious. My husband replied, "He trusts both of us. Don't create a problem that doesn't exist." My son's trust wasn't stopping them. It was protecting them. I copied every message, call record, photograph, and account detail I could find. I stored the evidence in 2 places and called my brother. He connected me with a lawyer who told me not to confront my husband alone. 2 days later, I picked up my children and drove them to my brother's house. My daughter knew something was wrong. "Is Dad cheating on you?" "Yes," I said. My son stared at the floor. "Who is she?" I could barely answer. "Your girlfriend." At first, he told me I was wrong. Then I showed him one screenshot. His face went blank. "Did Dad say anything about me?" I wanted to lie. Instead, I said, "He said you trusted them." My son went upstairs without another word. My daughter broke down in my arms. The next day, I told the girl's mother. She confronted her daughter, but the girl insisted she and my husband were in love. She said he understood her, protected her, and made her feel important. That was when I realized this hadn't begun as a normal affair. My husband had known her since she was 14. When I confronted him over video, he turned red, started sweating, and repeated one word whenever my lawyer mentioned the evidence. Context. The messages? Context. The calls? Context. The saved photos? Context. Then he looked into the camera and said, "You're going to regret humiliating me." I didn't. I filed for divorce, secured custody of my daughter, and kept my children away from him. Months later, just before the divorce was finalized, he drained the money he could still reach and bought a one-way ticket overseas. He abandoned his family. He abandoned the girl too. The court finalized the divorce without him. Today, my son is in college. My daughter is in therapy. We live in a smaller home, but it finally feels safe. My husband ran halfway across the world believing he escaped the consequences. But he left behind the one thing he can never reclaim. A family that learned how to live without him. Was I wrong to stop trying to save the girl after he abandoned her, or was protecting my own children the only responsibility I had left?